Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Patma Amjad and I am from Department of Electronic Engineering of University of Engineering and Technology Texla, Pakistan, and I am also affiliated with Syndicate of Embedded and Electronic Design. And today I am here to talk about my research and project, which is Surface Electromyography based Pakistani Sign Language Interpreter. As this presentation progresses, I will first talk about the introduction or what was the core idea behind this study. Then I will be telling you the techniques and methods that I use to acquire the results that are shown in this study, and at the end I will be concluding this presentation. First of all, let me tell you what is Pakistani Sign Language or what are sign languages in general. Sign language is a way of communication adopted by people with disabilities such as hearing and speaking disability, which helps them communicate with the society. This is a form of language which is gesture based, and people with disabilities use it to express themselves to other people. Just like our linguistics, there are many sign languages, and Pakistani Sign Language is one of those sign language. Now, what was the motivation or the main reason why this project was chosen? From the demographics, it can be seen that 5% or over 446 million of the world population suffers from hearing disabilities. And in Pakistan alone, 10 million people out of 200.8 million people are suffering from this problem. So, why there is a need to develop a system that can help them? The simple answer to that is because these languages are not understood by all the people or every person that is present on earth. These languages are taught to people with these disabilities, and only their relatives or their friends know what they are saying. But people who are not in contact with such people or disabled person, they do not know what these signs mean. So in order to help these people communicate with the society that is out there, there is a need to develop a system that can convert these signs, that can identify them and convert it into speech, so that it can be easy for them to communicate with other people and to achieve their goals. And out of this amount of population, 34 million are children, and it becomes very difficult for children. If they cannot express themselves, they tend to become inferior in society and develop complexes which can affect their growth and many other aspects of their life. And if this situation goes unchecked, by 2030 there will be 630 million people suffering from such problems, and by 2050 900 million people will be suffering from these disabilities. The literature survey that I performed before starting or jumping on this project is shown in this slide. As you can see, there are many papers that are based, not many actually, there are very few papers that are based on Pakistani Sign Language, and out of those few papers, these are the papers that are based on image processing, and none was based on signals or specifically EMG signals that we used in this study. Many techniques or the classification techniques such as SVM, such as linear discriminant and other techniques were used, and different accuracies were achieved by different authors. For starting this project, first of all, there was a need to acquire the EMG dataset as it was not available online or anywhere else, and for that I used the system BioPack to acquire EMG signals from the forearm, and 26 classes total were developed comprising of all the alphabets of Pakistani Sign Language. 50 signals per class were obtained, and the signal length were 10 seconds, and the sampling frequency was 500 Hz. The electrodes were placed on the forearm of the dominant arm, which helped acquire much clearer and better signals. Now, after acquiring the dataset, it can be visualized that these signals were not very clean, and there was a need of pre-processing them before classifying these signals, which can help achieve better results. Since there was a need to remove low frequency motion based signals, we only need finger movements. We do not need arm movements and we do not need muscles that are producing signals that can basically override the signals of our finger movements. So there is a need to remove those noise components which are low frequency, and for that empirical mode decomposition was used, and first and second IMFs were selected specifically, and the results of pre-processing are shown in this slide. As you can see that the unprocessed signal and the pre-processed signals are very different, and the noise elements of low frequencies are removed. And here it shows the signal for alphabet or the gesture signal for the gesture of alphabet A and the signal for the gesture of alphabet E. After acquiring the signals, it was necessary to extract features before classification. And for feature extraction, a pool of 84 features based on time domain features, statistical domain features, shape features, spectral domain feature, and cepstral domain feature was developed. And out of those features, these 16 features were the best giving features that gave the optimized results for this study. For classification, there was many different classifiers available, but linear discriminant was the best out of all of them. It is a supervised machine learning technique which gives the most optimized results for this study. This separates the data linearly or using linear models, and it also, being simple, decreases the complexity of the system. And for testing the results, 10-fold cross-validation was used. The results obtained from these classification methodologies are shown in these slides. As you can see, 81% accuracy was achieved with statistical parameters of sensitivity, that is 84.05%, and specificity of 84.7% was acquired. And the comparison of this with this classification technique using the features as shown previously was the most highest, which shows 81%, and as compared to quadratic discriminant, which shows 63% accuracy. As at the end, as you can see, that this study may not have the highest accuracy out of all the previously present researches, but this does has a unique aspect to it, that it uses electromyography based signals or signal processing, which is not used previously, and all the papers used image processing techniques. Though their results are higher, but this paper also has many room for improvement in the future, since it is a stepping stone. It is at its beginner level. This can help bridge the communication gap between the disabled and the normal people, and it can help them thrive in the society much better than before. This paper is specifically dedicated to Pakistani Sign Language, which is not neglected completely, but it still requires work so that it can help the people in Pakistan as well. And this technique or this hardware or the developed system is very less complex. Image processing based techniques use cameras and images which are very bulky, and this system can also become very complex since it requires cameras and technologies that are very also expensive and very difficult to work with when it comes to develop a go-to hardware system that can be used anywhere at any time. This EMG based system is very feasible for the user and can help them in many ways. And since this study is a stepping stone, it can serve as a base towards the growth of this aspect of sign language based interpretation, and help the people all around the world using EMG based studies or signals to classify signs or gestures of sign languages and to convert them to speech in order to get the world, or in order to help people around the world. At the end, I would like to thank all of you who were here listening to my presentation. Thank you very much. Take care, and Allah Hafiz.